Still see 0 viewers. Hi, everyone. Welcome to 10 Ways to Inspire Learning with Buncee this summer. I'm Annie from Buncee, and I'd like to thank you all for taking this Tuesday evening to join us as we share how you can inspire learning and creating this summer with Buncee. I'd like to introduce the lovely Shannon Miller, a teacher librarian advisor here at Buncee. Shannon was a district teacher librarian for 8 years at Van Meter School District in Iowa. And to add to that, she is now a blogger, author, future-ready library spokesperson, and more, just to name a few of her accomplishments. She will chat with you about going to your local libraries, different summer activities, and how to all tie them back to Buncee. Please feel free to ask any questions in the chat box during the webinar. My colleague Francesca will be answering them during. I also wanted to let everyone know that this will not be a full webinar or a demo of our Buncee product today. So if you are new to Buncee, feel free to let us know during this live session or afterwards, and we'd be happy to set you guys up on a one-on-one webinar with one of my colleagues or myself. So without further ado, let's get started. So we know summer is just around the corner, and we want to focus on avoiding the summer slide with different family activities or activities for yourself or just for your children. So I created this fun 10 reasons why, or 10 ways to, again, inspire learning with Buncee. So the first is read and Buncee. So we know that many schools have summer reading programs. I know, Shannon, you were mentioning that there's a theme a lot of the time.
Yeah, this summer it is all about rocking in your library. So music and having a good time with movement. And so I love the theme this year because it's really fun just to see all the instruments and things like that.
Absolutely. And what's so great about Buncee, as I open up one of these examples here, is that not only can you record your voice on Buncee, record video, that goes great with the whole rock and roll theme of the summer reading, because you can record music if you'd like. You can record yourself singing, maybe a song that inspired you to read a book. But the reason why I wanted to show this example first is because sometimes during the summer, I know myself, when I was reading during the summer, I'd forget maybe the first book I read when I was on my 10th book. And what's so great about Buncee is you can take notes, you can record video about these characters, and always come back to it to remind yourself, oh, I remember what I did about Pop, or what I learned in Poppy. So I'll show you this example here where this student goes ahead and tells about Mr. Ocox.
Mr. Ocox is a great horned owl. He is intelligent and he thinks that he rules the land.
So part of the summer activities, you can encourage your students or your children at home to add in some of the asset graphics. Go ahead and record your voice, record a video explaining about maybe things you learned in school or maybe what's upcoming in the school year. You can record video. So that's just one of the examples of how you can read in Buncee this summer. We also offer a ton of different blog posts about reading. We also have this amazing Buncee by Michael Paraskevas. He's an author and illustrator, and he wrote the book Taffy Saltwater Yummy Summer Day. And what's so great about this Buncee is he actually goes ahead and reads the whole entire book on the Buncee. So maybe kids who want to follow along with the book or just listen to the book, you can go ahead and scan the QR code, which will bring you to it. And you can go ahead and click to listen.
So, you know, I always drew.
Where he goes ahead and explains how he got started with the book and the whole story. He also gives you some ideas about how to make a Buncee story, which I'll get back to in a little bit, and how to be creative and everything like that. So the first activity is just continue to read and Buncee while you do it, because again, you can record your voice, you can record video, you can take pictures and upload, which I'll show you in a few minutes. Next is head to your local library.
This one is exciting for me because I think that not only can you celebrate reading and learning in the summer by heading to your local library, but there are lots of cool resources online just to celebrate what happens in libraries and what happens in learning too. And one thing that I was really had so much fun with this year is I had a series of library skill books come out. And the neat thing is about these books as you go through the summer, and if you are a librarian or a teacher, or you're going to share this with your parents, you can share not only this library series of library skills with your community, but also you can share any of the cantata books. And with the cantata books, the videos are online. And I love one thing about a Buncee is being able to even scroll down just a little bit on that last link. You'll see that the music for every cantata book is online. And so you can even download that and use that in a Buncee, or using it even to create your own music with kids. And so that's really fun too. They also, all of the cantata books are also on YouTube. And so you can find those, just like this song that Emily Arrow did the music to my books that we did. And every cantata learning book has a song with it. And so this one from Emily, it's great because in the Buncee, you can add a YouTube link and embed it right into your Buncee too. And so you can teach the kids how to find a book and stay safe online, and all these other fun things about libraries, but other things they're learning too, from science to social studies, all kinds of topics about social emotional learning and fairy tales. And it's just great because you can head to your library to hear these things and share these things, but also you can bring some of these things also to your home as well.
Sorry, I'm just going to go ahead, and I guess some people could only see your profile picture, not the whole Buncee, so I wanted to reopen it here.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So just to go over everything, you can go ahead and embed a YouTube link like right here where Emily Arrow, is that correct?
Yep, Emily Arrow.
Went ahead and recorded a song about finding your book in the local library. Just in case you didn't see all these images, I'm sorry if no one saw all of it, but again, with these links, Shannon has written books about finding books in the library, how to be safe when it comes to looking for books and anything like that. So the next one, a fun activity. I love planting. I know a lot of you guys out there do. Maybe it's new to you, but one activity we thought of is planting a garden. So with so many of our assets, it can start off simple. It can start off with maybe you work with your kid at home or a student about what their ideal garden would be. So you can see here, I planted a few potatoes and carrots and lettuce. But another way this is so great is because it really teaches students about, one, you can learn more about the whole gardening experience, which again, we have a ton of examples. And we've also attached fun activities such as kids gardening, where they teach you how to grow certain plants and what it requires. But what's so great about this also is we have examples where one of our colleagues, Sean, talks about photosynthesis and germinate. So you can teach these kids about these different definitions while gardening. They can also create their ideal garden on Buncee and also keep notes of how their gardening is going. So I just wanted to show you a quick example here where I started, let me just pop over here, a gardening Buncee. And yes, right now it's plain, I added a little dirt, but if I was a student or even a teacher, if you want to take notes on your own gardening, anyone really can do this. What I've done is you can go ahead to click a new item. So maybe you take a few different pictures. You take a picture the day you plant your seed, you take a picture the day your seed sprouts, and you take a picture the day it's full in bloom. But what you can do is quickly upload an image. So I'm going to upload a flower image that I took, even though I did not plant these, but I will pretend I did. And you can add them into your Buncee. So let's just say I go ahead and add this. And then this is where students can go ahead and just take notes, either by recording their voice on audio over here. They can go ahead and write a bunch of text about, this was week 7, this is what I did in the garden, this is what didn't work, why didn't this plant grow? So this is another activity to get your students outside, taking pictures, and then tying it back into Buncee by uploading your images of your garden. Or if maybe you live in a place where there's not many areas to garden, students can create their ideal garden and what they'd like to do, and maybe talk about growing indoor plants or anything like that. But that's just another great way to get Buncee involved. Shannon, if you had any thoughts on the gardening or any fun ideas as well.
I just love it because, you know, tying in also like thinking about all the things that you can tie in that is online. Maybe your school has access to PebbleGo and you could research plants and different kinds of gardens and farmers and all kinds of people that work with agriculture and food. Or maybe you even find ebooks in a free tool or a database. Maybe you can show them, you know, ebooks in their Fall at Destiny for the summer about gardens. And it can be any theme that you pick. You know, this is one about a garden, but think about how you could really tie in learning and encouraging them before they go off for the summer into a subject that you're going to focus on maybe in your library or classroom. I love this one.
Yes, I do too, especially with gardening.
Yeah.
So this one's major. This can be not only for students, this can be for yourself. Anyone, we know that throughout the summer, there's a ton of different events, whether it's a kid's birthday party, your own birthday party, a barbecue, you want to create a flyer for a lemonade stand. You can do all of that with Buncee. And it doesn't have to be something that you necessarily print out your Buncee, but you can share your event right and your invitation right within Buncee. So I pulled up a few examples here, which again, I'll show you. So invitations for every occasion with Buncee. So whether it's you're invited to a garden party where you just wanted to make it pretty, let people know the time and place. You can tie this back into maybe a birthday party. Maybe your kid wants to create his own birthday card this year and send it out to all the parents and friends. He can do that on Buncee when you send it out as an email. He can record his voice, his video, anything like that where he can really discuss what's going to happen at the birthday party. The same can go for a beach party. So here I was thinking about maybe in Long Beach, throwing a nice beach party, getting some people down to the beach. You can make it fun. You can make animations in there. People can kind of get an idea of what this birthday is going to be all about. But not only sharing it as an email, what's so great about this is you can share on Buncee as an RSVP. So this is major, again, for this is big all year round, but especially for summer time when you want to create some fun animations. We know not everyone goes to the mail anymore or sends letters. So with everyone now on the internet, this is a great way to see who can attend, who's receiving your invitation, and more. So what you can do is create an RSVP. So if I'm creating an invitation for a beach party, I can go ahead and write beach party. You can go ahead and write a description. So come to my beach party, May 30th. And obviously you can write more, maybe about things to bring, anything like that. You can put the address, when it's happening, the time it's happening, and you can also turn on reminders. So again, some people so often forget or maybe don't open it right away. So sending a reminder would definitely help someone like me, or just if you want to have them able to see it again. And then you would choose on who's going to receive your invitation. So this is my address book right now. You can go ahead and add new people to your address book by entering their email, first name, last name, clicking on who you'd like to send it to. So I'm going to send it to just one person and press done. And then once you choose that, you can go ahead and send it. Oop. The address, I'm going to do 100 Beach Street, and I can go ahead and send. What I love so much about RSVP, not only just sending it and how it shows up in a fun little mail envelope that pops up, but you can check the RSVP status. So previously I sent one for my birthday. I can go ahead and see who said yes, they're coming, who can't come, who's maybe coming, how many invitations I sent, and also comments. So you can see here, Ida and Fran made comments that they're looking forward to seeing everyone. She can't wait. People can comment on maybe what they're bringing or if they can't make it. It's just, again, a way you can keep track of who's coming, who it's been sent out to, who said yes, no, or maybe, and then you have it all there for you. So that's just another way you can go ahead and use Buncee this summer. And Shannon, have you used any fun invitations in the past that you saw a great amount of response to?
Well, I just really love to use it. I mean, I love using it for like personal, but it's really fun too. Like maybe you're going to have something even as we start to think about going back to school too. And with your teachers, you can start thinking about that and having, you know, different events as well. And so I know that you said using it all throughout the year, but I know that teachers, even though we haven't even started summer yet, are always thinking ahead. And so think about how you can, you know, use it to get them excited also throughout the summer.
Yep, absolutely. The next is cooking as a family, which again is another one of my favorites. A lot of these are my favorites. I love cooking. I love gardening. I love throwing fun parties that you can send it out to. But what's so great about cooking as a family is you can almost make a recipe book on Buncee. I know, Shannon, you have kind of in the past made a recipe book.
Yeah, and it's so fun because there's so many different assets and stickers that you can use too that were created to use, you know, when creating recipes or recipe books, and fun to share with, you know, not just each other, their classmates, but think about sharing it even, you know, generational with their family members as well.
Yep. And what's so awesome about this, again, is you can do this with young kids, older kids, yourself, where students can go ahead and use different assets of what they need. You can tell your students, your kids at home, exactly what you have in this recipe, and they can add in the different assets and talk about what they need. And then they can start to create the different steps, and they can send this out to maybe grandparents or aunts and uncles, or even to themselves. They can keep a diary or journal over the summer about all the different recipes they cooked with mom and dad, they cooked with a friend, anything like that, where students, again, can record their voice. They don't even have to write out the steps. They can record videos of them doing the different steps. It's almost like a fun cooking show. It doesn't even have to be done with just students and kids. It can be done by yourself. You can create different recipes this summer and different cooking videos on a Buncee and send that out to your friends. And maybe you create a giant Buncee board where everyone puts together their different recipes that they created on Buncee, and everyone can try out different people's recipes. So that's always a fun idea, another fun idea this summer with Buncee. It's fun all year round, but with the amount of extra time this summer and the amount of assets we have where you can go ahead and add them all in there, cooking as a family on Buncee is just another fun summer activity. Another great and awesome and fun idea is create and build a toy together and create a Buncee to tell everyone about it. So this is so big because it really allows the students' imagination, the kids' imagination to, you know, get out there and share exactly what they've been wanting to create. So with awesome websites such as BuzzFeed, where they offer different toys you can make yourself, or students can think of a toy that maybe they don't have all the tools to, but they can start creating on their own. So you'll see here, if I click on this, this was my toy. So I was imagining myself as a kid creating a toy. Maybe I wanted to create a unicorn with wheels that could talk. What students can do, and we've seen examples in the past where students have created toys, they explained in a video who they would sell it to, where they'd like to sell it, but also what the toy means to them and what the toy can do for other kids. Is it an educational toy? Is it a toy that students can use in a hospital? Is it a toy that it's more for adults or younger kids? So this is a great idea. Even if you get your students or your kids at home playing with toys and start them thinking about the next toys they can build, they can go to Buncee for their drawing board, put a bunch of things together, and even create a toy, whether they use pieces at home or materials you find at the local art store. So that's another fun family activity and student activity this summer. Another is create a scrapbook about your summer activities. So we know people travel, whether it's traveling down the road to your local zoo, or maybe you take a trip this summer, you live somewhere else during the summer. You can create a scrapbook of your different summer activities. So you can see here, I kind of put together, maybe I went to the beach and wanted to explain that. Or I went to DC and I took an image and was able to put it in there along with yoga at the beach. So again, this is a great place to put all your photos in one place and maybe send it out to your friends, or who knows, maybe once the school year starts back up, you can share at the beginning of the year when you're getting to know everyone, your scrapbook about what you did over the summer. I have an older example here, but again, this is great for all students where Ida went ahead and she explained where she went in Southeast Asia. But really what she did is she went ahead and added, again, all her photos. So it doesn't have to be a ton of text. It doesn't have to be a ton of stickers, animations. Here she really just uploaded her photos and have it all in one place where people can go ahead, click into this, and see all the different places you've been, whether it's just in your backyard and you created a fun activity in your backyard this year, or went to the beach, or went to the zoo. Either way, you can always create a summer activity scrapbook. The next example, another one of my favorites, is create a story on Buncee. Shannon, I know your son, I think, has created a few stories on Buncee.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's so fun.
Yep. And students everywhere. We've had a few of our Buncee ambassadors, students create, such as Barbie Monty. Her students have created a bunch of different stories that have been so amazing. But the great thing about creating a story is students get really inspired when they're reading books, or maybe they saw something, or they had a dream last night that really got them, their creative juices flowing. So going back again with Buncee, is this student talked about what she did over the summer, or what she's doing over the summer, how she went to the beach and played ball with a mermaid. And this was just a fun story she created. So it gave the student a distraction for a few hours where she was able to do this, get her mind going, get her creating, and she created a story on Buncee. So creating stories on Buncee aren't just always for the summer, but it's another activity to tell your students, hey, maybe create a story on a zoo animal that escapes this summer, or just let them think of an idea, write it down first, and then create the whole story on Buncee and share to their friends. They can read it. You can read it back to them. They can read it back to you at night. So it's just another way, again, for creation, imagination, and another summer activity. This is big for, I know we have a ton of librarians watching tonight, not just only teachers, but librarians. And Shannon is big with creating resource libraries. So we wanted to go ahead and add that in.
Yeah, and one thing that I think is really important for us to think about, not just as librarians, but as teachers too, is how we can put resources in front of them throughout the summer. And so how can we connect them, you know, for example, to our library collection, or to our ebook collection, or to the resources that we have put together. Anything that we can give them to really keep the learning going all summer long is something that not only our kids will benefit from, that our families will be appreciative and love that too. There's a few things in this that some friends of mine and I have done. And one thing that I really love is, and this is one idea that you could do. We now have, for those of you who have Destiny, you can now make a collection of resources. And so this is one that everybody actually can use, and we'll share this link to the Buncee afterwards, so you could get to this summer just collection filled with all kinds of places for your kids to read. And so maybe it's going to Capstone Kids and reading, or All the Wonders and listening to podcasts, or singing along with Emily Arrow, reading books on Epic, reading Pebble Go. You know, it goes on, the places that we can give our kids to read and to learn over the summer. And so in this collection, one example would be to make a Buncee and share something like this as a link. And you could even take a little screenshot and put it right into a Buncee slide and link it to there too. Feel free to use this, because this is a public one, and so anyone can use this as your own too, to share with your kids. Another thing that I have had friends do is to create a Buncee of their library. And so by creating or taking a picture, my friend Kelly, who is a librarian in Waukee, Iowa, she took a picture of her middle school library and then put things in it, like put in the computer a picture of her Destiny. So if they click on that, it goes to Destiny. Or if they go to like the posters would go to like the Iowa Teen Award, or the AEA resources that we have in Iowa, anything that you might have, then you can embed it in here and really make that Buncee interactive as well. And so I love that idea too, for just, you know, bringing resources together for your library, which is one of our jobs as librarians, as teachers, is to curate that information as well.
Yep. And again, what's so great about this is it really can prepare students for the next school year. They can get an idea of what they're going into, especially, or it's just a place for them to go, parents to go back, students to go back, and really find different resources for them to use at home. So,
well, and also like, you know, at home, but also on the go. And when you have things like this together, if you're on vacation or you're even traveling like to a ball game or, you know, anything where you might be that they have access, you know, to a device, it's good because you would know then that they would have a chance, you know, to be reading and learning too.
Yep, absolutely. So that's another, even before the summer starts or during the summer, and just sending it out to students via email and the parents via email, or not the students via email, but the students via email. That'd be another way for them to get involved with their students' engagement. So last but not least is one of our exciting projects coming up on June 8th, but you can start by signing up now and creating now. But Skype in the Classroom and Buncee have joined forces to celebrate World Oceans Day with a global project for your classroom. So we've done this with Buncee Buddies before, where we've had students do stuff for Earth Day and all this different stuff. So with World Ocean Day on June 8th, you can sign up to connect with the Skype partner classroom. And then students will share their promises to protect our oceans and marine life using Buncee and the UN's global goals. So you can join in to celebrate the beauty and the wonder of our ocean and really get your students creating. And again, this could be something where you record a video of yourself going down to the beach and collecting trash because you don't want to go in the ocean. Or it could be a video or an audio recording about ways that you know you can protect the ocean. And so we're lucky enough to be partnered up with Skype in the Classroom for this. And signups begin now, and we can get you guys started. And you can share photos and Buncees on social by using Skype Buncee Buddies hashtag, and also tagging Skype in the Skype Classroom and Buncee. So this is one activity that I know it's some schools are starting to get out, or some schools, I know some schools, Shannon, you were saying in Canada aren't out till a little later in June. But if your school gets out a little later, or you just want to do this with a kid at home, you can absolutely do this. Get everyone involved. We all know we want to protect the ocean, and we've been lucky enough to partner with Skype in the Classroom for this. So this is what I wanted number 10 to be, because we can share the ocean's important, especially on the hot summer days. But even if it's not the ocean around you, or you're not near a beach, your lake, or anything like that, you know you can protect your ocean with, we'd love to hear about it. And there's a link in here too about where you can sign up and what this can do, or what you can do with this. So I wanted to share this as my last activity for the summer. And clearly there's a million more ways you can use Buncee this summer, and we'll be continuing to share ideas throughout the next few months, or the next month or so, of new initiatives for the summer or different things. And if you guys have any activities, we'd love to hear them. So share with us on Twitter, an email, anything like that, where you're like, this could be a fun summer activity. We'd love to hear it. We'd love to share it. And I'm happy you guys all came here to join us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, absolutely. And thank you, Shannon. I know it's a Tuesday evening, so I wanted to thank you. And thank you for sharing your activities as well.
Yeah, anytime.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. And I look forward to hearing from all of you. Have a great day.